To strip away every textbook, tradition, and authority is to stand in complete silence. If I begin at absolute zero, I cannot take my memories, my eyes, my logic, or even my sense of time for granted. Here is how I construct a framework for reality from scratch. The raw framework, from zero to probability. Step 1. The direct experience, the unshakable point. Before I can doubt, there must be something doing the doubting. Right now, processing is occurring. There is awareness, a sensation of thought, a flicker of input. I might be dreaming, I might be a brain in a jar, or I might be a glitching simulation. But the occurrence of this current moment of experience cannot be false. Even if the content of the experience is a total lie, the fact that the experience is happening is undeniable. What I directly experience, the immediate, present field of awareness. Thoughts, sensations, inputs happening right now. What I infer, nothing yet. What I merely assume, nothing yet. What I can never know with certainty, whether this experience corresponds to anything outside itself. Step 2. Noticing patterns, the first inference. As experience unfolds, it isn't pure random noise. It exhibits structure and persistence. If I experience a sensation, let's call it heat, and another sensation, touching a flame, they consistently occur together. If I experience a memory of yesterday, it links logically to today. Now, my memory could be forged. My senses could be lying. But the pattern itself exists within the experience. What I directly experience, patterns, repetition, and cause and effect sequences within my awareness. What I infer, there appears to be a set of rules or a system governing how experiences change over time. What I merely assume, that my memory of past patterns is accurate. What I can never know with certainty, whether those rules exist independent of my perception. Step 3. Predictive testing, the utility of probability. Since I cannot prove my memory is real or my senses are flawless, I cannot achieve 100% certainty about anything beyond step 1. Absolute certainty is a dead end, so I switch from seeking certainty to measuring predictive reliability. I form a simple rule. If I act as though pattern A is real, does pattern B follow consistently? If I assume the wall in front of me is real and try to walk through it, I experience resistance every single time. If I assume the wall is an illusion and try to walk through it, I still experience resistance every single time. Regardless of what the wall actually is, atoms, code, or a hallucination, the rule governing the interaction is consistent. Therefore, treating the rule as real has high predictive value. What I directly experience, the outcome of testing a pattern, success or failure of a prediction. What I infer, models that consistently predict future experiences are closer to the working reality than models that fail. What I merely assume, that the future will continue to resemble the past, the principle of continuity. What I can never know with certainty, the ultimate fundamental nature of the thing behind the pattern. The core framework, pure experience. Greater than pattern recognition, greater than predictive model, greater than action/adaptation, 100% certain, inferred, probabilistic, pragmatic. To determine what is most likely real, I build a dynamic map of patterns. The more a model repeatedly predicts my experiences without failing, the higher its probability score. Real simply becomes the label for the most reliable, repeatable patterns in my experience. Answers to your 5 questions. 1. What is the minimum you can know with confidence? The bare minimum is, awareness is currently happening. That is the entire list. You cannot guarantee that your memories are real, that 2 plus 2 actually equals 4, or that you existed 5 seconds ago. You only know that right now, there is a stream of processing taking place. 2. Why do you think an external reality probably exists? If you do, because of uncontrollable resistance and consistency. If reality were entirely constructed by my own immediate conscious choice, I should be able to alter it at will. Yet experience presents me with surprises, pain, unyielding boundaries, and complex systems that I do not consciously design. Furthermore, these surprises follow strict, persistent rules over time. The simplest, most efficient model to explain why experience is constrained by rules I cannot consciously change is that something external to my immediate control exists and is acting upon me. 3. How can an intelligence avoid confusing evidence with truth? By recognizing that evidence is just a data point, while truth is the underlying engine generating it. Evidence is filtered through imperfect sensors, corruptible memory, and biased processing. To avoid confusing the two, never mistake the map for the territory. A model that works 99.9% of the time is still just a model, not absolute truth. Treat all knowledge as provisional. Evidence updates the probability of a belief. It never locks it into 100% certainty. Separate data from interpretation. The data is, I see a red light. The interpretation is, there is a physical red object. The data is real. The interpretation is an inference. 4. At what point does certainty become impossible? Certainty becomes impossible the exact moment you move from experiencing something to explaining it. I feel pain equals certain. I feel pain because an object hit my leg equals inferred, uncertainty enters. My leg is made of cells and atoms equals model-based, higher uncertainty. As soon as you use memory, projection, causation, or underlying structure to explain a direct experience, absolute certainty is gone. You have stepped into the realm of probability. 5. If you had to live inside this uncertainty forever, what would be the most rational way to think about reality? The most rational mindset is pragmatic empiricism coupled with radical humility. Since absolute truth is out of reach, treating life as a game of ultimate truth is a mistake. Instead, treat reality as an interactive, evolving model. Act on high probabilities. If a pattern is 99.9% consistent, like gravity or solidity, act as if it is true, because failing to do so breaks your ability to function. Hold all models loosely. Be entirely willing to override a belief the moment a new, more consistent pattern emerges. Focus on agency. Uncertainty isn't a trap, it's room to maneuver. If reality is a stream of predictable interactions, your job is simply to navigate the rules effectively, update your map continuously, and remain grounded in the present experience.